It's the moment we've all been waiting for. Binding of Isaac. To round out this self-indulgent stream. Doing the least self-indulgent thing I could ever possibly do. You'd never catch me playing Binding of Isaac if it weren't for the sake of getting those sweet, sweet views. And I got nearly 1,300 hours on Steam that says precisely what I just did. We're sticking with Arachna. Character that, yeah, obviously I would definitely play as Arachna off-stream. In fact, I have done a little bit off-stream. Because I was so certain that the tainted version of Arachna was basically unplayable. So I did a little off-stream grinding, playing as the tainted version, figuring I'd never do it on-stream, because the odds of getting a good run were infinitesimal, wouldn't really be worth it for me or for any viewership. Turns out, tainted Arachna can become tremendously powerful. You do need a fairly good first couple of floors, but that much is true of basically every character in the entire game. Once she starts to get a little bit of power, it snowballs out of control. You become unstoppable very quickly. Our web hearts have a weird property because they only count for half a heart. That when we have half of a soul heart, the web hearts like transform it into a full soul heart. As long as we have at least one web heart. Anytime we would have half a soul heart, we instead have a full soul heart. That is a good, if probably unintended, aspect of playing as this character. There's another secret room either down or to the right. Let's take the gamble with my only bomb. I lost the coin flip. As I always do. Playing without sound for such a long time, there was an extremely long period of time after the Dogtooth was first implemented, which I believe was Afterbirth Plus, perhaps? One of the expansions. For a long time, I just thought it did literally nothing. Because I had the sound off. And at the time, it did not give you any damage boost as it does now. And the damage boost is negligible. It's like 0.10. Which is not going to get you very far. One of these blocks has a crawl space underneath of it. Thanks again, Dogtooth. Crawl spaces work in a bizarre way that I can't fully comprehend or explain. Because, like, they appear randomly. If you blow up rocks, there is a, like, 1 in 300 chance that a crawl space will appear. No more than one crawl space can appear per floor. But also there are designated locations where a crawl space will appear, as indicated by the Dogtooth. But then there's the Stud Finder, a trinket which increases the odds of a crawl space appearing underneath a rock when you randomly blow it up. So, like, how is that compatible? There being a guaranteed crawl space and the potential for random crawl spaces when there can be only one. I don't know. And it is technically possible to spawn 2 crawl spaces on the same floor, but they will both lead to the same crawl space. You cannot actually get 2 discrete items on a single floor from crawl spaces. So, like, every floor has a hidden crawl space in it. Somewhere. And most of the time, I don't find it. Here's the item that I always grab. that most players always avoid. Didn't do me any favors there, but it didn't hurt me that bad. Actually gave me a lot of numbers and a slight damage down. Damage down this early in the game can be catastrophic. But in this case, it's merely bad. That would be a fine thing to have, but not for 3 soul hearts. So I would have only half a heart right now. Where to take that bargain. And then I'd be dead. For an item that only gives you a benefit when you take damage, you want to have a little bit of damage left over to take. I'm doing miserably on this room, and I'm not using my spool. Not that it matters. It's not making cocoons, but it is making their shots much less dangerous. So far, I got like nothing going on in this run. The Dogtooth is pretty good, but I don't have any bombs. Dogtooth plus bombs, like getting a lot of random bomb drops, that'll put you in a really good situation. You'll get a bunch of extra items and stuff early on when they're important. Dogtooth and no bombs, it's just useless. And then an experimental treatment, which is also pretty useless. I'm taking like 2 hits per room. That's not sustainable. Hidden room directly below me, or to the left of me now. It is way easier to spawn cocoons as regular Arachna, I'm finding. I'm actually like inclined to play more dangerously, because Tainted Arachna has to. That is how I played the game most recently. The 2 versions of the character don't look different enough for me to differentiate them in my mind, I find. Bit of an error. Like, Arachna looks fantastic. The fact that she has a tainted variant at all is impressive. But it's a little confusing, because they're basically identical in appearance. I went this way first, specifically so that I could buy a key and go the other way. Probably not a cost-efficient plan. All it really did was waste some of my pennies. But there was a very small chance that there'd be something good in that shop. An even smaller chance that I'd actually be able to make use of it. Once again, 50-50 chance. This time I got it. The Rotten Baby is fine. Probably not going to pay out. 3 more spiders. Better than nothing. Bursting Sack is also entirely defensive when I need to get a good offense going. So still a dubious run on my hands. Let's see what these guys have in store. They're not taking any slowdown from the webs. To be expected. Their stuff doesn't work on bosses. And I'm all the more certain that it is intentional as part of the design of this character. I don't think it's good design if it is intentional, but it seems to be what the designers wanted from a programming perspective. I can have this now. It's not going to save me, but if I continue to make mistakes and get hit twice per room, this will at least make going through the floors much faster until I die horribly. I wouldn't mind having a bomb to blow this up, but I don't. On to the caves. If I had more hearts, I would go in the curse room, specifically to spawn vengeful orbitals. The best thing about Hot-Blooded is the orbitals don't seem to break. Like, they have infinite HP. So, like, you can use them to get close to enemies, deal a bunch of damage to them that way. They're like actually good orbitals. Despite the fact that they look like random Bethany spawns. Can't open that. No keys. And that could take as many as 6 keys to get through. Mega chests look so similar to normal chests that sometimes when there's not like a normal chest sitting right next to one, I don't even realize that it's a mega chest. I go right up to it, I put a key in, and I waste that key. Like so. I didn't realize I had a key. I did not intend to demonstrate that. But I had found a key in the loot of another room. Whoops. Yeah, desperate for damage up. The more damage you have, the easier it is to keep people on your webs as you kill them. Which means more spiders, which means things speed up exponentially. Which is why Tainted Arachna just goes out of control as a character after like 1 or 2 upgrades. Provided they are the right upgrades. Get the sort of random junk I've been getting so far. Tainted Arachna is not going anywhere. And regular Arachna is not going very far. Still haven't found the treasure room. And it could not have possibly been here. I don't know why I went in this room. This was obviously a dead end based on the map. I can leave now, but I kind of want like a key or something. Maybe a penny. Maybe nothing. Of course. I'm gonna head through the small room here. In the hopes that it leads me to shop something. Bursting sack, keeping the spiders from attacking me. And this room is dangerous to have spider friends in. Because they're going to blow up the enemies at random points, and yeah. That was a bad run. Would have reset that way sooner if I weren't streaming it. Try to do minimum resets on stream. Just to show how torturous it is to play this game with minimum resets. In casual play, I reset constantly. Even that would probably be a reset, even though Bob's curse is a pretty good item. Not good enough for a first floor. I like to know that my run is viable before I even bother to pursue it. Yeesh. Still a bit sleep deprived. Gonna be sleep deprived for the entire summer. I'm sure we'll all get used to it. The inability to form a sentence. It's not that bad. But I feel bad about it. Epic Fetus is a great item, which almost always pushes me to the final boss of anything I'm trying to accomplish. Rarely do I lose an Epic Fetus run. Regular Dr. Fetus, much less reliable. When I can put the explosive missiles anywhere in the room, it tends to go pretty well for me. That said, I haven't seen Epic Fetus in a super long time, because it's a very high tier item. And the game is weighted to not give you items of any tier at this point. Expect tier 0s for your entire run. Did not mean to use that. Just didn't do anything. I meant to use my spool. I rarely make that mistake when I'm off stream as well. I always have a good sense for what is actually in a consumable item slot. Easier to lose track of when I'm trying to talk at the same time. When I do lose an Epic Fetus run, I lose it spectacularly. Like, I destroy that run. Either instantaneously, like the second I get Epic Fetus, because I'm not yet used to it, or later on when I surprise myself with an upgrade. Things change just the slightest bit, and I'm doomed. Though there have certainly been ones where I just screw it up, lose it to my own mistakes. I've basically lost a run in every conceivable way in my 1,300 hours with this game. Not even counting the, 900 I put into Flash Isaac. That is just Rebirth. Tad excessive, some might say. Magician's a good card. If I get better tiers. Right now I can land all my tiers pretty accurately without Magician, so it's not doing much of anything were I to use it. Slowing down enemy shots is a nice bonus feature of our webs. Doesn't make it any easier to kill them. I do find the best defense is a good offense. But sometimes a good defense is simply good defense. Now let's re-roll this card. Doesn't get me anything. I hope I get a horse pill that I can show off. Get that announcer to actually earn his voice acting budget, as he does when he tells you what a horse pill does. It's pretty entertaining. Look at that. So many cocoons. Here comes a million spiders. Although, if you only get, one cocoon, that one cocoon will give you, 5 spiders, whereas if you get, 10 cocoons, you only get, 1 or 2 spiders per. It would be nice if we got, 5 spiders from each of 10 cocoons. There's an upper limit of 64, maybe? 62 or 64 for random buddies, which includes spiders. Or if you're playing as Tainted Eve, she also summons minions that count towards the 64 limit. Oh, we got a new haircut as of the Venus upgrade from here in the astrology room. What's it called? Observatories or something? I see them so infrequently that I just consider them a nice bonus, but there are some upgrades exclusive to that room, which will win you the game outright. Terra is one. that I've only seen a few times, but boy is it ever good. Get Bob's brain out of here. Sumptorium, eh? That's interesting. This is the Tainted Eve item. And I was just talking about Tainted Eve. So, this item does not combo well with the spiders that we're trying to make. And it doesn't combo well with the fact that our tiers are miserable, so it would be incredibly unwise to go grab it. This also is not very good, but at least it combos well with our spiders. If we even had, like, decent tiers going, I would have grabbed the Sumptorium. Even though it would have been bad for this character, it would have been cool to show it off. But as it stands, I would have just killed this run. So we have unlimited time in which to make all the cocoons. This is not the case with Tainted Arachna we've seen. Tainted Arachna's cocoons will break down very quickly. I lost my web heart, which means, yeah, I can't make this devil deal. Actually, I can. The mark should give me a black heart. Yeah, so I can survive that. Gives me a speed up. I like that regular Arachna has, like, incredibly high base speed of 1.25, and Tainted Arachna has miserable base speed of 0.75, which is one of the big things that makes Tainted Arachna so rough to start with. That said, when I was grinding out Tainted Arachna off stream, I had like 3 consecutive runs where I completed the game so quickly that I got both the boss rush and the hush fight in a single run 3 times in a row. I can't do that consistently with any of the base game characters. Like, even the really, really strong base game characters. It'll be very uncommon that I can pull that off. But with Tainted Arachna, I can do it, like, consistently for some reason. Because if a run with that character gets off the ground, it steamrolls the whole rest of the game. Her item is called the Divine Cloth, and it may as well be a parachute. Because if it catches the wind, takes off into the stratosphere. Becomes completely unstoppable. And if it doesn't, you die. And for some reason, the Steven boss fight almost never gives the Steven item. It always gives Steven Jr. It's like a 1% chance that it gives you the Steven item, because the Steven item is far preferable. That was a dangerous room. Managed to get through without getting hit, but lots of close calls there. Yeah, 25% sounds right. Almost all the programming in this game is, like, if it's considered unlikely, it gives you a 25% chance. But I certainly don't see the Steven item 1 in 4 times. And I fight that boss constantly. It's a very common boss for the basement area. I should maybe stream Time Fuck at some point, which is the game that Steven comes from. Really, really, really old Edmund McMillan game that he updated many, many years ago. I played through it before. It's, like, actually really, really, really good. Maybe only the updated version is good, but that's the only version I played. And it's fantastic. Gives you a real appreciation for Steven the boss fight, who is otherwise a huge pain in the ass that I hate to see. Because it's the most upgraded version of the conjoined twin boss. Steven often gets a hit in on me. I'm as ready as I'm ever gonna be. Fight the wretched. Spider off. Who's the best spider? Apparently it's me. And we get perfection. Glorious. I don't have anything that goes off of luck, I don't think. But if I did, it'd be pretty good. If I find anything with luck, it will proc frequently, thanks to perfection. Can't do anything with this guy because he's coded as a boss. Because it's Larry Jr., of course he is. I recently saw a speedrun of Super Meat Boy, and it reminded me how much everything in this game is a reference to the likes of Super Meat Boy and other Edmund McMillen games. It's easy to forget, they do seem like original assets. But in fact, most of this game is just celebrating Edmund himself. For good reason. This game was never intended to, like, even be sold. It was so niche and weird. Edmund thought he was going to have to give it away for free and not attribute it to himself. Then he ended up liking it so much that he did put it out there for sale. Just sort of toss it out there real cheap. Still expecting it to be a disaster. And it was not. One of the most popular indie games ever. And really the self-indulgence makes it so good. All the religion stuff, banned it from all consoles. And of course all the shit-themed stuff. It went as gross as it wanted to be. No filter on it. Which is not how Edmund McMillen was working at the time. He had just come off a huge success with Super Meat Boy. He rightly considered that it might kill his career to put out something so Newgrounds-ish. But it didn't. Quite the opposite. I think there might be a secret room here. Oh, such luck. I would love to be able to blast my way in, rather than go through the curse door itself. But I won't be able to do that. And there goes my perfection. Never even used it. I think I keep perfection if I go through a curse door. Because they coded it as intentional damage, finally. So you don't get punished for it. It was a fairly recent addition. This is one of my favorite items. But, like, it wasn't until fairly recently that intentional damage is always coded as not punishing you when it comes to items that punish you for taking damage. There might still be some exceptions. I haven't tested everything, of course. Hundreds of items and all that. But everything I've found so far, no punishment for intentional damage besides the loss of part of your health bar. Mega Mall's out of here. I won't be able to make a devil deal, but actually I could buy a dead cat Yeah, let's do that. Better than what I got. There. Significantly better survivability for the rest of this run. Now, if I get hit in any room, I'm dead. So we just gotta not do that ever. I'll be fine. Or do it less than 8 times. Where is the main secret room? It's probably useless anyway, like the super secret room.
Retro vision.
Again, there's supposedly a chance of a, like, glitched item appearing in super secret rooms. I've not seen it even a single time. The chance is supposed to be extremely, extremely low. And I don't find a lot of super secret rooms, because they're kind of a pain to find. I'm stuck in here. Okay, that's one way to get out of there. Since that room's a dead end anyway. Our damage has gone way, way up, thanks to the compound fracture. Whatever it takes to unlock the compound fracture, it's playing as the Forgotten, and I think beating Mega Satan or something, one of the later final bosses. Whatever it takes, it's worth it. Compound fracture is one of the best items in the game. And, like, I see it pretty often. I don't know why. I assume it isn't, like, coded as being a particularly high tier. I don't know why that would be the case. Maybe I'm just lucky, and it is coded at a pretty high tier. But I see it more than I see other similarly very good items. And like any run, compound fracture is gonna make it better. I'm always happy to see it. Such a good item. Might just carry us through the rest of this run. Also, I have pretty good damage, thanks to the stapler that I found. I forget what visual effect the stapler has on your character model. Like, surely we put staples in ourselves in some way. I'm still tempted to go over to the left. No, it's a literal dead end. Don't even think about it. Now having to go through every single room damageless seems much more reasonable. All thanks to compound fracture. Can't really see the visual effect of it because of my luxurious flowing hair. But I do have a bone sticking out of my arm. I'm gonna go for those cursed chests. And I'm probably not gonna get anything out of it. And that room is probably gonna kill me. But when it does, it's just gonna boot me out. Back to the main room. Huh. I didn't even see what was waiting there, but I'll take this. Now I have flies and spiders. Good combo. Unfortunately, the knights, if they run face first into either flies or spiders, they just absorb them and take no damage, which is super annoying. I've had a full set of 64 flies just fly directly into a knight's face. All of them despawning. Completely wasted. And it happened in that last room as well. Completely killed all my spiders and flies. Damn it. Going for the upgrade. Or the chest full of items. Oh, the last flying bullet. Look at how fast we can kill Pin now. That's wonderful. Pin, still a joke boss. No matter how many times they upgrade him. Pin has a few variants as well. And they're all even more useless. You just can't do anything with Pin. Let's make it actually dangerous. I guess I'll buy this just to get 5 extra bombs. I tend to do that. If I can afford it. Buy that, get the bombs. I have so much money. I'll just buy out the shop. Get some lovers that I don't need. Too bad I killed the donation machine, or else I would use that. Maybe get a luck up for luck items that I'm not using.
Hematemesis.
That's nothing. There might be a super secret room here. Let's give it a shot. There was. Still nothing in it. Always useless. I heard one time that they upgraded super secret rooms. And I certainly have not experienced that upgrade. If it is meant to exist. Oh, I should have saved this. Because now I'm probably... Okay, I'm not going to take a devil deal. Ooh, I kind of want to take a devil deal. If I could get Guppy's Eye, I will become Guppy. The only way for that to be possible is if I take Backstabber, it teleports me out of the room, and then the devil room doesn't close up, but it closed up. There was a 36.2% chance that I could have gotten through there. I think I can open this for free. Nope. I hate these rooms. Oh well. If we had Guppy, that would have been guaranteed victory. We would have won this. No problem. We're still probably going to win this. But it will be some problem. Also, I haven't yet defined what win this means. I suppose at this point I'm going for Delirium. That's best case scenario. Rude. It did count as a room clear, though. So if we kill the lamb, that should unlock some stuff. But then there's a small chance that we will get a portal to Delirium. And that will unlock even more stuff. And that's the dream. It sucks that it's just a random die roll in the background that determines whether or not you move on to Delirium after you beat any of the end bosses. So I've had some fantastic runs on characters where I needed to kill Delirium still. I could have easily moved on, taken out Delirium, no problem. But I lost the die roll. Even when it was a 50-50, like after killing Mega Satan, it's a 50% chance that the portal to Delirium will open. But it didn't open. Wish they would just make it guaranteed. So there's really no benefit to having it random like that. No skill involved, just the game decides whether or not you can advance. to the place you want to go. I have to use a spool on every single individual ghost that I want to turn into a cocoon. It becomes harder to make cocoons as you get more spiders. Some of the spiders have a freezing effect, and frozen enemies do not generate a cocoon. Unlimited keys. Getting me many, many bombs, and even more bombs if I want them. And trash. But I can reroll this. Now I've got some more coins to reroll it. I should probably buy that soul heart. Don't want that. I'll take the piggy bank. It almost pays for itself by giving me 3 cents back. I did miss the Marked Skull, so I guess I will go check that out. Battery's not going to help me. Oh, it will help me. I can double use my Arachna spool, giving me effectively just unlimited Arachna spools. I can, like, machine gun the thing now. That's pretty cool. That could be useful. This thing will let me teleport at the beginning of a floor. I could have infinite Fool cards. Probably not the best choice compared to the Guppy's head that I already have. Let's start re-rolling this. This is a guaranteed free item. Okay, 3D glasses. For some reason, this was unlocked by beating Blue Baby as Arachna. It's not a spider-themed item at all, but we'll see some of our shots are three-dimensional in like the ancient 90s version of 3D. Which is hilarious and also has an in-game effect that we will almost certainly see many, many times. You know what? I'm going to re-roll that. Rare card's pretty good. That's terrible. That's good. Slight damage up, and now our tears will destroy rocks. Unfortunately, I gotta keep shopping. It's tedious, I know, but we got money. We have to spend it to increase our odds of success. Because this run is strong, but not like guaranteed victory or anything. I'll go for the pack of cards. Why not? 2 of diamonds would have been good a long time ago. 4 of diamonds, even. Emperor for some convenience later on. But for now, I'm going to go use the sun. Boom. Secret room find. The sun found the moon. That was my only hint, that bark at the moon, or the dog tooth, did anything. Is the item description was bark at the moon. If I'd read the game's language and understood that moon always means the secret room in each level, why then I would have known what was up. Let me try something here in the arcade. Turn these into coins. Use the 2 of diamonds to double them. Take the Fool card in there as well. I'll probably be carrying the Fool card out of here. Yeah. Actually, we might as well teleport to the boss. Didn't mean to grab that. Bit of a waste, but it only wasted 3 cents.
2 of diamonds.
So we double that, and then we double it again. And we keep shopping. I've been in this shop for so long. And it's over. It's finally over. We're free of the shop. But we're much stronger because of it. I guess I could use this. I guess we'll just blow up the rest of this level. What's this card? The stars won't do me any good because we're on the last floor that has a treasure room. Blow it all up. Mama Boom used to be called something else, and I forget what, because it's been so long. But for some reason, in Repentance, they decided the item needed a new look and a new name. Functionally identical. Just change the name. No clue why. This should give me a bunch of extra hearts, actually. Because I'm a character that cannot have red hearts. So they give me 3 extra soul hearts. Nice. Super secret room. Each battery gives me 2 charges because I have the battery. I didn't realize that was a thing. That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's right. Since I'm right here. Check the carpet. It'll probably be a crawl space to the next floor. Yeah, it is. Can't have that, because then I would lose my Polaroid. / negative. Oh, that's interesting. Negative now gives you a damage up, which is fantastic. Now I always go for the negative when I have the choice. But also, Mama Mega, Mama Boom, blows open the boss rush room. I don't know what this does, but I'll take it. Our spool does nothing at this point. But I want to have it selected so as not to waste this opportunity to deal with the boss rush. If I use the Fool, I will leave the boss rush and I can't return. So it has been considerably more than 20 minutes. And I don't think I've completed the boss rush as this character. In fact, I'm 99.9% sure that I haven't. It's sort of a memorable thing, so pretty sure I'd remember. I think the 3D glasses are the only thing I've unlocked as regular Arachna. For defeating Blue Baby. Taking more hits than I expected. My damage is proving kinda shoddy. But we got 2 different Brimstone bosses at the same time, unfortunately. Lots of flies, though. The battery is actually proving to be a fantastic purchase. Because now every wave I generate 2 uses of the Guppy's head. Those extra charges normally would go to waste. But they're actually doing a lot of work. Heavily automating this boss fight, where I cannot generate spiders, so might as well generate flies. There's 10 trillion interactions. And I've only seen a fraction of a percentage of all of them. Such that even very, very simple uses of the battery like this are surprising to me. I feel like the battery did not always work this way. Like it used to be, even if you got 2 charges at the same time. it would only give you one charge if you had a one charge item. And then the next time you charged up, it would give you another charge. But it stands to reason. If it was a change, it was a smart change. If I'm just remembering it correctly, then it's always been good. And you'd think 7.73 damage would be fine for these very, like, basic bosses. We're still fighting floor 1 bosses here. And they're actually putting up a fight. They're mostly just eating tons of damage. They don't have very much HP. So tons of damage just means I'm not dealing very much damage. Oh well, can't do anything about it in the boss fight. I've got a bit of survivability, thanks to spending 10 minutes in the shop. And we're getting through this. Boss Rush appears to have unique music, or at least a remix of one of the other boss themes. That's pretty cool. I've never heard it so clearly in any of my other playthroughs. I don't think I've ever streamed or recorded a run of the Boss Rush. But this might be a first for me, as far as doing things for an audience. I may or may not have defeated the Boss Rush off-stream on a few occasions. Lord of the Flies is totally helpless here. Probably has the lowest HP of any boss in the game, I want to say. Geptimeron. Unlocked. Okay. Dark Bum is fantastic. I'm going to let the Dark Bum clean up this room for a while. And it is going to take a while, but it's going to get us a lot of hearts. In fact, we're going to be maxed out before too long. And it'll get us some spiders. Delightful. Yeah, as much as I just joked about doing the boss rush numerous times, I haven't actually done it that many times. The Magician is now an excellent card to have. I actually have too many soul hearts. I can't pick that one up, but I picked it up anyway. And it did nothing. Just in the background, it filled out the half soul heart that I didn't actually need. So now I'm in good shape. Moving on to the womb. I can actually start using this spool. Hosts, always annoying. Doesn't matter what character you are or how good you're doing. Hosts can just ignore damage for as long as they feel like it. I can barely even keep up with all the charges of Guppy's head I've got going. Wish I could have grabbed Guppy's eye. I've still got extra lives. Would have been put to good use if I could have done that. That's right. That Sin Heart I grabbed replaced one of my existing Soul Hearts. Can't believe I forgot about that mechanic. Here we go, broken glasses. These only do stuff in treasure rooms, so it is as useless as Isaac's fork. Haven't gotten a good trinket so far. Still haven't gotten a golden trinket on stream, I don't think. Certainly not a good golden trinket, but I've gotten several good golden trinkets off stream. Always very exciting when that happens, as it is very improbable. Errorful. Speed is near max, so I'm just flying all over the place. Wasted that card, but I didn't need it. And I'm going to leave that trinket too. It's so useless. I'm not even going to carry it on principle. I'll take this. Give me a few coins. And hearts for the Dark Bum to steal. This gives me a bad spider. Range up. Glorious. What would I do without range? See, the 3D glasses are proccing every so often. If you notice, red and blue versions of the enemies, that's the 3D glasses, and those types of enemies are on my side. They're fighting for me, and then they despawn when all the bad enemies have been defeated. It's confusing. Kinda cool. It's a neat effect that is not in the main game anywhere. There we go. Eyeball friends. I have no control over when it decides to go off, but when it does, it's a pretty neat effect. Again, no idea why the spider-themed character unlocks it, but it is pretty cool. I'm glad they went with that idea. Batwing occasionally gives me flight. Yeah, I can turn anything into a cocoon that I want, but it's kind of difficult because I'm doing so much damage at this point. Oh, my Batwing went off. All of a sudden, I was able to walk off the path, and I was like, what? What's going on here? Strictly good news. I can afford to take a hit during a boss, because I always get a Holy Mantle, but I didn't. Bosses are no problem whatsoever. I can just crush all of them, as we saw during the boss rush. Should have called it a boss crush. Why did I come this way? Fool's Gold was a good upgrade to get. I forget how I got it, but I'm glad I did. Because now some rocks will clearly have tons of money in them. It's easy to find, and often very useful. I don't need money at this point in the game, but I have a lot of it. Hopefully we don't find a slot machine, because I would be tempted to use it. And that would be agonizingly tedious. Slot machines are still totally nightmarish. What would be cool to find would be a crane game. Crane games cost 5 cents per use, so you burn through them pretty quickly, even if you have 99 cents. And if you succeed, you get an actual permanent passive item, or sometimes an active item. But a, like, legitimate item. Crane games are also pretty cool. I rarely win, but they're crane games. No one wins a crane game. Money equals power would be great, but it's unlikely to get it this late in the game. We might get it in a devil deal. Otherwise, probably not. Okay. His black hearts will appear as red hearts in this room. Because that's how this room is coded. Any heart that drops becomes a red heart. And then he just ate the red hearts again. So that would have been 2 soul hearts for me, but instead I got a bunch of pills, and all the pills turned out to be good. Kind of unlikely. Pills are usually bad. That wasn't real damage. Even if it is, I can withstand quite a few hits at this point. But I'd prefer not to. 1 hit. Not happy about that, but... Come on, money equals power. Nope. Krampus. Give me the coal. Yes. I was not going to take Krampus's head, so I'm glad that didn't drop. To hell with me. I don't have the angel key, so I can't fight Mega Satan. But I used to think it was ironic that you could potentially go to hell and then bring the angel key with you and fight Satan. Fight Mega Satan. But clearly when I say it like that, it makes plenty of thematic sense. Like, we are combating hell. Is when you go and fight heaven that you're actually doing devil's business. But I've already taken out that path as this character. So the 3D glasses seem to, like, take the remainder of an enemy's health and convert that into a friendly, like, monster. So that enemy that I just turned into 2 different friendly enemies should have had a lot of HP left. And like right there, that was a upgraded enemy type, a champion. And I still killed it pretty damn quickly with 1 shot from my 3D glasses. So this is actually pretty strong. It's sort of an equivalent of the... what's it called? Euthanasia. It gives you a 1-hit kill shot.
Tears down.
Sort of seems like the 3D glasses are comparable to Euthanasia, which is a really, really good item. Euthanasia with an additional benefit. Which is to say, 3D glasses are pretty cool. I like them. Still. I liked them 5 minutes ago, and I like them now. We have the Empress. We're not going to find anything else on this floor, especially not with amnesia. Damage is disappointing by now. There goes my Holy Mantle. I deal more damage if my shots travel a greater distance, because I have the coal. So that's something to try. It's really hard to manipulate that during a boss fight like this. Okay. On to the legs. The legs are not very dangerous. If they didn't have the eyeballs, they would be completely harmless. But the eyeballs can spawn in front of you, making them kind of dangerous. The yarn has appeared in the basement. That's more in line with what I expect from Arachna unlocks. Weaving stuff. She's a Taylor-themed character. That sucks. Really wish I didn't have that curse here. One of those items could have made my life a whole lot easier. But I can't risk it. So I might not be able to kill the lamb. Because my damage is atrocious. We got one request to take one. I can afford one item. I only lost one heart. I will still take one item. I'll let you decide. One of the 4 quadrants. Top left, top right, bottom left, bottom right. Or nothing. I still got the Dark Bum here. We got top right. Demon baby. Not gonna save the day. Not actively harmful, though. Guppy's tail is what chat was holding out for. Yeah. That would have been a jackpot. No such luck. It might be in there. If I get a lot more red hearts, then I can... here's a lot more red hearts. 4 more. Okay, web heart. So web heart, I can exchange 1 web heart for a devil deal. It counts as a red heart. So, should I do that? Exchange my new web heart for a devil deal. Anytime you want me to do one of the devil deals, if it won't kill me, I will break from combat and go do it. Okay, we have a request. So, top left, bottom left, or on the right. Clear out the top row. Go diagonal. Clear out the whole right side. Bottom left, go opposite from where we were last. Guppy's hairball. Why did it not transform me into Guppy? Let's see. I've got Guppy's head, the dead cat, and the hairball. But not flight. Huh. Well, that's unfortunate. But we'll carry on. I've actually seen this before, where I certainly 100% definitely got 3 Guppy items and did not get the transformation that I was rightfully owed. And it just seems to have happened again. Too bad. That was a pretty hype moment. Maybe there's more Guppy items in there, and I need a 4th. Who knows? I'm certain you only need 3 still. I just got bad luck or bad interaction or something. But it's still fine. We have extra lives. 2 extra lives. Earwalk is very, very strong. Arrowwalk. So now I have 2 really good items for fighting. Final boss, the lamb. That sucks. That spider will do that all the time. Appear in front of you. And that, of course, didn't count as a completion, because why would it? Can't blast my way out of the room for some reason. I sure wish Guppy had procced. Because now I have no run on my hands. What do you think, Dark Bum? Magician? I disagree, but I appreciate your input. Could really use a black heart, or whatever you feel like giving me. That's not gonna pay off. These guys are gonna kill me. These guys are super dangerous on their own. Yeah, there we go. Super secret room, that might have saved me. But no, we got one unlockable. That's fine. Really, really, really needed to not get the Curse of the Unknown on this final floor. Oh well. That's how it goes in old Isaac. So, yep, that was a pretty long run to close things out. Like I said, one unlockable. Tomorrow we'll do the same. We'll start with Rain World, looking forward to it. That game is super fun so far. Then, another crack or two at getting somewhere with Arachna. Maybe we'll get past the Lamb next time. Tune in to find out. Turn this -1 win streak into a positive number. Yep, Satan and the boss rush. Certainly nothing to sneeze at. Hopefully see you tomorrow for what else we can accomplish. Have a good one.